team member is Sonyeong Park and Hyesuri. Our subject is adverse aspects of egoism in groups. First, egoism means excessive or exaggerated sense of self-importance. We can see egoistic behavior or phenomenon easily in our society or our around. So we wonder in egoism, and moreover, we wanted to investigate it adverse aspects of egoism in group. We're gonna interview some foreigners and we'll get conclusion.
Okay, first question is, have you ever experienced egoism in groups around you at society, school, or work?
Yes. One of my friends is very gone about arrogant, egotistical. But I don't, so I ignore him.
How do you feel when you see the egoism in the society for a specific reason or profit? Can you understand people?
Yeah, I can understand it. I don't like it, but I can understand how power, some people abuse their power, get these things, they let the attention get to their head, so they become very egotistical. So I don't agree with it, but I can kind of understand how some people are that way. It's just people's character.
Then do you know NIMBY phenomenon or PIMBY phenomenon? Not in my backyard. You know that word?
Not in my backyard?
Yeah. So if the government wants to make a waste disposal in your town, what would you do?
The thing about this is people will usually answer, oh, I would set up a protest movement and lobby the local council and do that. And I can say, I would do that.
Last question. Do you think egoism brings affirmative aspects or adverse aspects?
It depends in which situation. I mean, like for me, sometimes I wish I was egoistic. Because in some situations, it can be people like maybe on the weekend, but then there are times it's very annoying and ugly social behavior. So I don't know. Is it positive? It depends on the situation, but generally probably not.
Have you ever experienced egoism in groups around you at society, school, or work?
Yeah, as for myself, one egotistical thing that I did this week was that I got up early one morning before my husband and before my son woke up, and I was rushing to go to work. And I had a choice. At one point I thought, I could start to make breakfast for them so that they have an easier morning, or I could make my coffee and go. And I chose to make my coffee. And then I took it and I left and went to school.
Can you understand egoism?
I think I can definitely accept it to a certain degree. I think it's a natural human thing that we all struggle with, and that we can get better at over time, like when toddlers learn how to share at a very young age. Sometimes adults forget about that when they get older. But yeah, I think I can accept it to a degree. I think people make mistakes, and we're always growing, we're always evolving into bigger people. And as long as it doesn't dominate someone's nature, then I think it's okay.
What do you think about egoism brings adverse aspect or affirmative aspect?
Like, do I think of it in a positive or a negative way?
Yeah.
Well, both. I guess kind of similar to my other answer. I think in some ways it can be healthy to have a little bit of egoism because it's about self-care, like basic self-care. But if it's to a high degree, then it just becomes total self-absorption, and that's not healthy. Right? People can't survive well that way.
There's egoism in groups or around you, like co-workers or friends or family.
Everyone has an ego. So every day of my life I've experienced egoism. From myself, from my friends, and from everyone I know. Maybe the Dalai Lama has no ego, but everybody else has
Can
ego.
you tell us just example?
Well, people who want to be right, people who want to win, people who want to have power over someone, that's all egoism. And every day we exhibit that. Every question we ask, every conversation we have, someone will get hurt, or someone will get angry, or someone will want to show they know something. So that happens constantly. It's not one event. People have egos.
How do you feel when you see the egoistic behavior or self-behavior in specific reason?
Well, honestly, at first I don't like it, but then I realise that I do exactly the same thing.
So you mean that you can understand that behavior?
At first I don't like it, probably because it reminds me of me, and then I realise that I am just as much a part of it. We all exhibit.
Do you know the word "not in my backyard"?
Yes.
So if your government, right? if government wants to make a waste disposal sites in your town, so what would you do?
I would need to know what kind of garbage disposal waste it is.
So not good for health.
Well, yeah, if it wasn't good for health, then obviously I wouldn't want it.
But if it doesn't have any matter, then you...
We'll take the Korean version. The Korean waste disposals are very good. They add to the community, they don't take it away. So that's a case by case basis. I know what you're saying. You're saying that if it didn't look nice or it smelled bad and I thought it was bad, then if I owned property, of course I wouldn't like it.
So, do you think egoism has affirmative aspects?
Yeah. Egoism is what keeps people alive. In the caveman days, back in the primordial days, we needed egos to keep us alive. We don't need them so much now. They actually literally kept us alive. They kept us the leader of the pack. We needed egos to survive. We don't need them as much now. So the positive aspects are they kept us alive, like fear.
And how about adverse aspects?
Well,
Side effect, what?
They, in the modern world, they have many side effects because they make us act like children. They mean that we act on our emotions and we don't act with our logic, which gets us into trouble.
Victoria Hinton, she seemed familiar with egoistic situations, and she answered she could accept egoism because people got grow up when they did wrong things. But she didn't want to make waste disposal site because of health. Finally, she answered, egoism has positive and negative aspects. She thought egoism is one of good self-care and bad self-absorption.
Egoistically, and he doesn't like egoism, but he understands it. And when we ask if the egoism brings positive effects or the negative effects, he said it depends on the situation.
Interviewer said egoism is natural in our life. He said people do egoistic behavior for such as win or power, and he said it is helpful and needful progress our life. It shows positive attitude to egoism, even though he do not egoistic behavior, he can understand the egoism.
Great people in Sunshine Campus. We asked for questions about egoism, such as personal experiences or social issues. When we asked the questions, they seemed embarrassed, but they answered very nicely and kindly. After the interview, we got conclusion through analyzing their opinions.
Most of our interviews said it is a natural phenomenon and everyone can behave egoistically for their profit. Sometimes egoism triggers self-development and positive effects. They said they can understand in some degree, but if it is over the degree, it can finally change to adverse effects.
Presentation